Hey guys, welcome back to the Empowered Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Lebo, and I'm a part of a group called the Empowerment Project. If you're new to the group, the channel, the page, whatever, it's great to have you here. We are a faith-filled group that has monthly workouts every first Thursday of the month at 6:15 at Chaka CrossFit in New Cumberland. And with that, we have a meal together and then some kind of faith-filled conversation afterwards with some awesome people, just learning about our faith, how it applies to our lives, and trying to live lives that model Jesus. So great to have you back. It's been a while. We recorded the last episode of season 1 about 6 months ago. So I had a little break with Pastor Troy and myself. And for season 2, we were bringing on our main man, Matt Grabinski, who is just one of the keystones to the original empowerment group, and going back to times when it was just us working out in my parents' garage many, many years ago. But he's been crucial to that formation of the group, and we want to get him on as well. So moving forward, it might be all three of us in the pod. It might be just Troy and I, or me and Maddie, or just me. Today you're stuck with me for the next 10, 15 minutes. It'll be shorter today. But wanted to kind of give a landscape of what the plan is for the group and the podcast moving forward the next couple months or so. So the goal is to get episode out maybe every 2 weeks, but we'll see how it goes. We in all of our lives, I don't want to speak for them, but especially for me, the last 6 months have been very busy with grad school, finishing up the school year. I'm a newly married man, which is super exciting. But I want to give my wife, time and support and my attention for sure. So the podcast kind of took a backseat to all that kind of stuff. But we have some more time now, and even though times have been busy for sure, I wanted to get back on and get us on that pod too, because I know I get so much from this talking to them, but hopefully you get something out of it too, whether it be just to kind of, zone out 15 minutes while you're maybe driving home or looking for some faith-filled, media or content, whatever it might be. Hopefully we can provide that and maybe share some laughs and some tears too, if it calls for it. So today's all about distractions and interruptions. So I've had a lot of in the past 6 months and busy time. And I was at a very special place last week called Camp Nawakwa for confirmation camp, where I serve on as staff for high schoolers that are looking to deepen their faith and unplug for a week. It's an awesome, awesome camp that I went to as a kid and also a counselor as well. And in the evenings, we share staff devotionals. And my friend Michael shared this one night, and I wanted to share it with y'all. But it's talking about divine interruptions. And what I mean by that is we look at Jesus's miracles, and depending on what gospel you're reading, the number varies. So Mark has the most miracles. It's 37. And about half of those, Jesus was interrupted. And then the miracle happens. He performs a miracle afterwards. So he's minding his own business, doing his own thing. And then someone says, hey, Jesus, can you do this for me? Or something along those lines. And then he performs a miracle. So examples would be at the wedding, when he turns water into wine. He's hanging out with his friends, with his mom, having a great time. And they're like, hey, man, can you help us out? Right. And he performs a miracle of turning water into wine. Many of his healings of people were interruptions, right? He might be walking on the street with his disciples or even by himself, and somebody's looking to get his attention to help heal them. One example was there's an unclean, in those times, unclean woman who needs his help or looking for his help, and like fights through crowds of people and touches him. This is in Luke, and the scripture is Luke chapter 8, verse 46, and it says, but Jesus said, someone deliberately touched me, for I felt healing power go out from me. Right. So then in that time, she touches his cloth and then becomes clean afterwards. So again, she's reaching for him, distracts him, interrupts what he's doing, just walking on the street, and then the healing happens. So sometimes almost unintentionally, he's interrupted. But I think it can apply to all of our lives because, I feel like all of us are busy with our own things, right? For me, it might be school, grad school, teaching, at the gym. Maggie and I don't have children yet. That's one of our prayers and our hopes. And if we're lucky enough, that'd be an amazing blessing for our lives. But I don't have kids, but I teach kids. And I know that they can be distracting, right? And require a lot of attention and love. So if you're a parent that has kiddos out there or whatever it might be, our lives get busy for sure. For Jesus, he got busy too, right? For somebody that really loved and needed that alone time in prayer and to be with the Lord and also his thoughts. He had to be on all the time when he was around people because people were looking for him for teachings and wisdom and sometimes a miracle or even healings, right? But the whole point of this story, this devotion, is talking about how oftentimes special moments can happen whenever we're interrupted, right? And I'll give you an example. Um, you know, my Saturday mornings normally, most Saturday mornings, I get up before Maggie does, and I might come out and maybe do some work quick or make myself breakfast, whatever. And as soon as I sit down with my laptop and I get comfy, I have a special chair in our front room that I recline on and get my work done. That's when one of our two dogs wants to go for a walk or wants to eat breakfast or whatever, right? And it's as soon as I sit down, like, hey, like let's go for a walk, let's play, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, like I just sat down, you gotta be kidding me, right? That's pretty standard. It happens a lot. But in those moments, whenever I do then get up and we go for a walk, I might see, just a beautiful sunrise, or there's no better way to start my day than getting outside with my wife, with my dog, whatever it might be, and just kind of getting out in nature. That's where I feel closest to God, right? So it's that interruption that at first seems like, oh my gosh, like you got to be kidding me. I'm trying to do something else right now. That then creates a very special moment. And I think that if we can keep that on our mind whenever we're in line at Starbucks, whenever we're driving and somebody cuts us off, whenever someone needs our help, that's when special moments happen. Because oftentimes somebody sees something in us that they would like to have, right? Or they see a gift in us that they don't have that we can help them out with. And if we can shift our mindset into being grateful for that interruption versus being distracted by it or annoyed by it, right? That's when special moments happen. And for Jesus, I mean, he was a model of that, right? Half of his miracles were interruptions, right? So it doesn't happen. Half those miracles won't happen. It's a pretty incredible story. So if you're driving right now or just have time to yourself or whatever it might be, I would invite you to just take a second, take a deep breath in, let it all out, and just say, Lord, I hope that you can soften my heart to be open for interruptions, to be open for distractions, and help me to help those in need and be willing to take an interruption and flip it into an amazing experience, perhaps a mini miracle. Not that we can fund us like Jesus can, but something, we can be a miracle for somebody else and they can see you through us. And that's our ultimate goal, is to teach people about you, to become closer to you and live a life that you modeled. So that's all I got, guys. It's great to be back. Thanks for listening. We got a new episode today. We got a new song, a new season, new things ahead. It's going to be exciting. If you're listening today, this Thursday, July 3rd, is our monthly meeting. It's also our yearly July cookout. So Matty G's on the grill. He is a grill master. So come for some hot dogs, some burgers, and some good times and good laughs. We should have a good crew coming and a kind of a new tradition starting this month too. I'm really excited about. So if you have time on Thursday evening, 6:15, talk CrossFit, bring a family, bring friends, bring pups, bring cats, whatever you got. All are welcome, no matter where you're at on your faith, fitness, or life journey. Would love to have you there, and can't wait to see you either this month or anytime moving ahead. So exciting groups coming forward. Might have some run group stuff coming up as well. Maybe some different groups meeting more often than our first workout of the month, and lots of exciting times ahead. So thanks for listening, guys. Stay tuned for episode 2 coming out soon with the boys, and we'll be back. Have an empowered day. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Peace.